Hi, welcome to my first book haul. If you don't know me, my name is Natalie and I'm from Norway. Today I thought I would be unboxing these 5 books that I got in the mail and also show you 2 books that I got a few days before those that I've already opened. All of these books are bought at Book Depository, mostly because they have free shipping to Norway and also a lot of great deals on books. It's not an ad, it's just my preferred website to buy books here from Norway if I'm not buying my books at local bookstores. So yeah, just let me get right into it. The first book I wanted to show you is this Harry Potter Knitting Magic. I bought this book primarily because my boyfriend's mother taught me how to knit a cap during this Christmas, and I saw this book. I was like, what more perfect book to buy when I'm starting to learn how to knit, and I love Harry Potter. So this is like the perfect combination of two things that I have started to like. So I just had to get it. Thought I could show you what I'm currently trying my skills on. I'm trying to knit this washcloth. Right here I am going for this green one. I don't know if it's focusing. Yeah, mostly because this was like a skill level 1 and looked very easy to do, and I had green yarn because I didn't want to go out and buy yarn during this quarantine, and also I can't meet any of my family members to help me with the more difficult ones in case I fuck up or something like that. So it just seemed like the right place to start. The second book I wanted to show you is this. Oh my god, look at this beautiful book. I love how it's like white on the dust cover and then the book is black. I got this book because when I read the Girl with All the Gifts, that was the first like a horror thriller book that I read, and I really liked how I get very easily scared by horror movies, and I really liked how that book gave me the same kind of paranoid feeling that a horror movie would give me. I love when authors write so that you actually feel that you're in the story, and if the story is a little bit scary or mysterious or full of suspense, that I get stressed and anxiety as well. And when I saw this book, I thought that maybe it would give me the same feeling that the Girl with All the Gifts gave me. I can read the introduction. If you leave a door half open, soon you'll hear the whisper spoken. Those 3 lines just drew me into the story at once. After the sudden death of his wife, Tom Kennedy believes a fresh start will help him and his young son Jake heal. A new beginning, a new house, a new town, Featherbank. But the town has a dark past. 20 years ago, a serial killer abducted and murdered 5 residents. Until Frank Carter was finally caught, he was nicknamed the Whisper Man, for he would lure his victims by whispering at their windows at night. Just as Tom and Jake settle into their new home, a young boy vanishes. His disappearance bears an unnerving resemblance to Frank Carter's crimes, reigniting old rumors that he preyed with an accomplice. Now Detective Amanda Beck and Pete Willis must find the boy before it's too late, even if that means Pete has to revisit his great foe in prison, the Whisper Man. And then Jake begins acting strangely. He hears whispers at his window. I could have bought it at my local bookstore, but it wasn't the same cover, and I really wanted this cover, so I bought it at the Book Depository even though the price was the same. So yeah, I'm just gonna start opening these packages now and see what I got. So the first one is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This book was just released as a new movie in 2019, and I saw it with my mother and my boyfriend's mother, and I absolutely loved it. I knew that it was a book from before, and I primarily wanted to read the book first, but I didn't have it, and then I never bought it, and then we went to see the movie together, so I didn't have the time, and I just decided that it was such a moving story that I want the book and I want to read it now. For those who don't know, the book is about a story of a family. It's about growing up, it's about female strength. Little Woman has been loved by readers for generations. It's a classic, of course, and it was first published in 1868. So the next one is The Silent Patient by Alex Michael Lyeth. I'm not that much of a fan of crime novels. It's not my favorite type of novels to read. I did want to read The Whisper Man, and that's kind of a crime novel too, but my grandma loves crime novels. So when this was released and it also got so much good reviews and they say it's gonna be a movie, I wanted to buy it for her. I wanted to read it too. I wanted to read it with her so that maybe we can see the movie together when it comes out. So yeah, I bought it for myself in English because I only read English books, so that I can read it in English, she will read it in Norwegian, and then we can watch the movie together. It's about Alyssa Behrens, who lived a seemingly perfect life until one day 6 years ago when she shot her husband in the head 5 times. Since then she hasn't spoken a single word. It's time to find out why. On the front it says, "Only she knows what happened, only I can make her speak." It just sounds so exciting. It sounds like a really good suspense story like The Whisper Man, so I wanted to give it a try. I don't think I said that the author of Whisper Man is Alex North, but you could see the cover, so it's okay. Moving on. So I got Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I've already owned one of the editions and also read it before, but an accident happened and I ended up having to throw away that copy, and that really made me sad because I really like that copy. It's okay because this one looks much prettier anyways, so I'm not really mad at having this one now. I wish I had both, but I don't. So Wuthering Heights is like a staple of classics to have, I think. I bought it in this edition because I also have Sense and Sensibility in that edition, and I now have Little Women in this edition, so I kind of just wanted them all to look nice in the bookshelf. It's a Penguin English Library. Like I said, I've already read Wuthering Heights, but now I can finally reread it because I haven't been able to do that since the last copy was Wuthering Heights. It's really sad. So I bought Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. Kaur, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I am not a poetry reader. I usually don't read poems. I have nothing against poems, it's just not my cup of tea. But everyone has been saying so much nice things about this book. It has gotten so much good reviews. I know I'm kind of late in the game buying it now, but I wanted it. I wanted to have it in my bookshelf. I wanted to read it at some point. I'm going to read it at some point. It's on my TBR, but I wanted to own it and see if I actually like it. Maybe I start liking poetry. I don't know. I haven't given it a fair go, I guess, because I kind of find rhyming to be like very cliche. I don't know, it's never been my cup of tea, I guess. Okay, last book, people. I actually remember ordering this one. This is The Wedding by Nicholas Sparks. That's the author of The Notebook that probably everyone has heard of. I love Nicholas Sparks as an author, and I also really like all of the movies made out of his books, so I have started collecting his books now. I started loving Nicholas Sparks actually because of The Lost Song. It's actually mentioned here on this book that he wrote The Lost Song. That is my favorite book, I think. At least one of my favorite books. That story just moved me to a whole new place. I am very much a daddy's girl. My sister just came, so be right back. Okay, so I'm back now. My sister is currently here. No, we do not live together, but and I know we're supposed to follow social distancing, but we do not visit anyone else, or we do not break any other rule than having my sister here. She's my family. We're following all the other rules. We're not touching anyone else or going to anyone else's house. We're just staying here for a little while. I needed the company of my sister at the moment, and I think she needed my company too. She's gonna stay here for just today and then go back to my mom's place. But like I said, the last book that I bought was The Wedding by Nicholas Sparks, and like I said, I'm collecting Nicholas Sparks books because of The Lost Songbook, which I love so much. I can't even get the right words out for it. It's just such a lovely story about a daughter and a father, and also of course there's some love drama in it, which it always is in a Nicholas Sparks book, but that touching story between struggling relationship between a dad and a daughter, it's just I just love it. It's like I said, it's because I'm such a daddy's girl and I just love my dad so much, and it always like touches me so much to read stories like that. I can read what The Wedding is about. It began with The Notebook, so this is kind of like a sequel to The Notebook story. After 30 years of marriage, Wilson is forced to face a painful truth. His wife Jane has fallen out of love with him. Despite the shining example of his in-laws Noah and Ali Calhoun and their 50-year love affair, Wilson is unable to express his true feelings. With his daughter about to marry and his wife thinking about leaving him, Wilson knows it is time to act. He will do anything he can to save his marriage. With the memories of Noah and Ali's inspiring life together as his guide, he vows to make his wife fall in love with him all over again. So it is the child of Noah and Ali Calhoun's marriage that we are experiencing in this story. So it's like after The Notebook is after the famous Noah and Ali love story that this book is about. So to wrap it up, this is the book that I ordered in my last haul. It's The Silent Patient, Little Women, Wuthering Heights, Milk and Honey, and The Wedding. And of course, do not forget The Whisper Man. This edition is the most beautiful edition I've ever seen, so if you want it, it's at Book Depository. I don't know any other website that has it. No local stores in Norway has it. So if you want this edition, I think you should check out their website. And also, of course, the Harry Potter Knitting Magic, which is a great buy, and I do not regret that at all. Yeah, that's all I had for this book haul. I love watching book hauls, especially Abigail's Cup of Tea book hauls. So check out that channel if you want to see my inspirations. And that's all I had for today. Thank you, and maybe see you if I ever make any more YouTube videos. Bye! Good morning. As I was editing this book haul, I just got another book in the mail, so I decided to make this bonus unboxing for you guys. So it's the book 2x2 by Nicholas Sparks. And this is the spine. This would now be the 6th book in my Nicholas Sparks collection, so I'm really excited about that. Like I said earlier, I really love father-daughter relationship stories, and that's why I really wanted this to my collection. The Lost Song by Nicholas Sparks is one of my all-time favorite books, so of course when he had another book that is kind of like father-daughter relationship type book, then I really felt like I needed it in my collection. So I'm just gonna read the descriptions. Sometimes the ending is just the beginning. Russell Green has it all: a loving family, a successful career, and a beautiful house. But underneath his seemingly perfect world, cracks are beginning to appear, and no one is more surprised than Russ when the life he took for granted is turned upside down. Finding himself single-handedly caring for his younger daughter while trying to launch his own business, the only thing Russ knows is that he must shelter his little girl from the consequences of these changes. As Russ embarks on the daunting and unexpected new chapter of his life, a chance encounter will challenge him to happiness beyond anything he could ever imagine. He's becoming a single dad, and I don't know, everything about this story just makes it look really interesting for me. So I'm probably gonna love this book. So